Alright, so I was trying to figure out how I would tell my summary of my whole life story, because obviously we're going to get into the details of it later on. But this first video is going to be about sort of my ups and downs, and my discovering of peace within my body, you know? And that's what I first found final peace in, was my body. And I know for a lot of you out there, it's really hard. And even though I said the body is the least important part, you know, it's still very, very difficult for people to take control of their own body, you know, and it's all about just educating yourself in the end. That's what I find. When you have enough education and you're not victim of, you know, corporate advertisements like McDonald's, whatever, you know, then you can make your own choices and you feel empowered. So, I guess starting off from when I was born, I had tubes in my nose and my ears, and the doctors didn't really know why exactly, but I had sort of an auditory processing disorder growing up. And I think being intolerant to gluten definitely played a part in that, you know. As a kid, I had stomach problems all the time, and I didn't really have that much energy always. I would have energy at times, but then I'd be drained, and I'd take naps after I ate always, and like I said, I had bad stomach problems, and you know, one of the most unfortunate things of gluten was sort of this mind fog that you get, where you don't get how other people could be so energetic, so confident, you know. And a lot of that comes back to, you know, just being embarrassed about, you know, having stomach problems or whatever. You know, who wants to admit that they have stomach problems? I thought it was normal to do that, because people in my own family, you know, had stomach problems, and so I thought it was just like a normal thing. And I'm sure you guys can relate, you know, but you should not accept stomach problems for being a normal thing. You know, you shouldn't be ashamed of them, and you shouldn't act like they're not there. But you know, it's totally under your control. You're putting something in your body that is not supposed to be there. So, you know, I started working out in middle school. I was 5 foot flat. I remember I quit the middle school. I remember I quit football at the end of middle school because I was 5 foot flat with size 13 shoes. For some reason, I didn't think I'd grow, and you know, it's one of the most regretful decisions I ever made in my life. Just because I loved football so much, and I loved the fact that I was not confident in my body. It scared me away from something that I loved, you know. I was always active as a kid. I always just wanted to be the leader on the team, you know, but not to take any credit, you know. I just loved being an awesome teammate. So I actually wrestled all throughout high school, and in wrestling, you know, they don't teach you really how to diet properly. They're just like, all right, make the weight somehow. We don't care how you make it, just make the weight. But it told you a lot about determination within your own body, and that you can really do anything you put your mind to. I remember losing 13 pounds in 2 days once, and sure, most of it was water weight. Pretty much all of it was water weight. But you know, it still was one of those things where people thought it was impossible, and I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm determined. Watch me. So that was awesome, you know. Leaving high school into college, I decided not to continue wrestling because I wanted to eat, quite frankly. I was ready to eat again. So, you know, in college I played intramural sports, basketball. I had so many great memories playing pickup basketball throughout college with all my friends that I made. I didn't really have any friends when I went to Virginia Tech, coming from Texas, but you know, we played basketball a lot with the people from my dorm room freshman year, and a lot of them became like some of my I just stuttered, sorry. Some of my best friends. Something about M's makes me stutter. I don't know why. But yeah, I played intramural football and was quarterback for that, you know, and I enjoyed being the leader in intramural football. You know, I looked to Michael Vick. I saw him play in the 1999 National Championship, actually, so his leadership skills, you know, he's more than just a great athlete. He's a humble guy, you know. He did some bad stuff with dogfighting, and I love dogs, you know, but he did his time, and he's always been a humble guy, you know. He's never wanted to flash it around. Like, even when he flicked off the fans in Atlanta, he only did it when he reached a breaking point. It's not like he was proud of it, being like, oh yeah, I flicked them off and I'll do it again. You know, he was just frustrated. But, okay, so sorry, I'm a little bit off track. But in college, you know, I started partying hardcore, and I experimented with a few things, and I can remember actually before my senior year in college, this one girl told me, she was like, whoa, I've never been with a guy who's big like you. And you know, I wasn't overweight by any means, but I had gotten into bodybuilding and trying to get bigger, and the fact that she said that in my mind made me think, oh, like maybe I should lean out. Maybe, because that's what girls like, right? They don't want someone huge and bulky. They just want a guy with a nice jawline and a six-pack, you know? So I remember the last year in college, that's what I focused on. And I came back to school and people were all like, whoa, like, did you lose weight? And to me, you know, I was just doing it normally. But, you know, like I said earlier, wrestling didn't teach me how to lose weight. They just told you to do it somehow. You know, and towards the end of college, you know, I actually developed an eating disorder because I had been undernourishing my body so much. You know, and it was awful. I mean, I'll go into more detail about that in some of my videos, but I developed an eating disorder simply because I was never properly educated on dieting and nutrition, you know, and that was really, really tough, you know, and it took my family and it took seeing a therapist to sort of get me out of it, but I took control of my own body once I researched how simple dieting really is, you know, and I'm not a nutritionist, so I can't really officially give any dieting advice, but I'll put a few links on this video of things that really helped me sort of simplify dieting, you know, because it really is simple once you get all the information in, and you can make all your own decisions, and you don't have to worry about what people say are healthy. You can fit a cupcake or whatever into your diet, ice cream, like anything. You can fit anything into your diet every day. You know, we all know it's about moderation, and we all hear that, but not a lot of us live that. A lot of us will feel guilty when we eat something sweet, or after we have like a decent meal, we'll go running for 10 miles. Like, that's just crazy, you know? Oh, but so I had to mention, so it was my junior year in college when I decided that I had had enough of my stomach problems, and I didn't know why I was having all those stomach problems, and I talked to my mom, and I was like, you know, I seriously can't go to class anymore, and I can't go to parties, like, it's embarrassing, because I have to go to the bathroom all the time, and she was like, well, my friend has tried this new sort of, not trend, but there's this diet that's gaining popularity. It's called going gluten-free. And man, that was tough at first. No regular bread, no regular pasta. You know, they have gluten-free products for all of these, but it was really tough at first. But boy, after a month and after I just felt for the first time in my life that I had like energy again, it was so empowering. And people would be like, "So you're on this new diet?" And I'm like, "No, I am not on a diet. I am finally who I am. Like, this is how I have to be, you know, because if you think about wheat, gluten is the protein found in wheat, rye, barley, and oat. So no beer either, and barley. But we don't have 8 stomachs like a cow. It's estimated anywhere between 10 and 40% of the human population is somehow infected by gluten. We have gluten sensitivity. We have me, who's gluten intolerant, and then if you have celiac disease, like if you eat gluten, you might have to go to the hospital. But mine's very serious, you know, gluten intolerant. It's very serious. I'll get sick for a few weeks and I won't feel 100% for a few months. So, you know, it was very, very empowering to finally feel like I could have control of what my body was doing. You know, and I researched dieting, like I said, and I also researched how to exercise properly, how less is more. You know, you need proper rest periods. You need to not go to failure on every single set. I probably only go to failure like once or twice a whole workout, if that. And I used to always go to failure, and it's good, you know. But the saying "less is more," you know, you really don't. You can't believe that until you are properly educated on everything and you're able to live it yourself for a while. So again, I'm gonna put some links towards I'm gonna put some links in the description to kind of help you guys maybe learn what I learned. And that's what getting confidence in your body is all about. Just educating yourself on all these different things, because the information is out there, you know. And I know it pains a lot of nutritionists and personal trainers and physical therapists, whatever, when they say people who want to be healthy and they have good intentions, but they just weren't educated properly because whether they grew up in like a poverty part of town and all they ate was fast food, or for whatever, you know, they're just not educated. So hopefully these links on this description can help you guys, because they really, really help simplify things for me, and that's how I found my peace in my body. And I got to that level of just whew, and I can make myself feel good on the inside. You know, clearly that's not what it's all about. This is called a soul-minded body, and we'll get to the soul and the mind. But this is the first thing that I found peace in, was my body, you know. And it feels good to be confident in it, you know. And it's not in a cocky way, you know. We all deserve to feel confident about our body. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll get the mind one up next, because that's what I figured out second was the mind. Alright, bye.